Imagine a boy born in the cold, wind-swept steppes of Mongolia in the year 1162. His name was Temujin, a name given after a defeated warrior. No one could have imagined that this boy, abandoned, enslaved, and nearly starved to death, would grow into the man history remembers as Genghis Khan the Conqueror, who built the largest empire the world has ever known. Temujin's childhood was marked not by privilege but by tragedy. His father, Yasuge, was a respected tribal leader, but when Temujin was only 9 years old, Yasuge was poisoned by enemies, leaving the family vulnerable. His mother, Holin, was abandoned by their clan and left alone with 7 children to feed. The family lived on scraps of roots and wild fruits, struggling to survive. For young Temujin, life was a constant lesson in hunger, hardship, and betrayal. To make things worse, rival clans soon captured him and enslaved him. With a wooden collar locked around his neck, Temujin lived as a prisoner until one night, with the help of a sympathetic guard, he escaped. That moment defined him. No matter how dire the circumstances, he would never accept chains. Growing into his teenage years, Temujin began to gather loyal followers. Unlike other tribal leaders who promoted relatives, Temujin rewarded men based on loyalty and talent. It was this revolutionary idea that strength comes from merit, not bloodline, that drew more warriors to his side. Step by step, he began to rise. He also found love. As a boy, Temujin had been betrothed to Bert, and as a young man he married her. But happiness was short-lived. Soon after, Bert was kidnapped by a rival tribe. Temujin led a daring raid to rescue her, and with the help of allies, succeeded. The rescue not only reunited him with the woman he loved, but it also earned him respect across the steppes. Yet, the road to power was never smooth. His greatest ally, Jamuka, turned against him, sparking a brutal civil war among the Mongol tribes. Temujin's forces were once defeated, and many thought he would vanish into history like countless other steppe leaders. But Temujin was not like others. He rebuilt, fought harder, and inspired even greater loyalty. By 1206, after years of battles, betrayals, and bloodshed, he accomplished what no one before him had done. He united the fractured Mongol tribes. At a great assembly, he was given a new name, Genghis Khan, which meant universal ruler. And then the world began to tremble. Genghis Khan first turned his armies toward China. The great dynasties in the south considered the Mongols nothing more than barbarian horsemen. They soon learned otherwise. The Mongols rode fast, struck with precision, and vanished before enemies could react. They used bows that could shoot twice as far as most armies. Their cavalry could cover distances so vast that no one could predict where they would strike next. In 1215, Genghis Khan's forces captured Chengdu, the capital of the Jin dynasty, modern-day Beijing. It was an astonishing victory that sent shockwaves through Asia. But Genghis Khan's ambitions stretched far beyond China. His eyes turned west toward Central Asia and the powerful Khwarezm Empire. At first, he sought peace, sending merchants and envoys to open trade. But when the Shah of Khwarezm killed his envoys and insulted him, Genghis Khan's fury was unstoppable, unleashed an invasion that destroyed entire cities, wiping the Khwarezm Empire from the map. The Mongols swept across Persia, leaving behind a trail of both terror and awe. Yet Genghis Khan was not only a destroyer, he was also a builder of systems. He established the Yasa, a set of laws that applied to everyone, rich or poor. He created a postal system using horsemen who could relay messages across thousands of miles in record time. He encouraged trade across the Silk Road, making his empire the safest route for merchants. He also believed in religious tolerance, allowing Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and others to practice their faiths freely under his rule. In a world where religious wars were common, this was revolutionary. Genghis Khan valued discipline above all. His soldiers were forbidden from looting without permission. They shared spoils equally, and punishments for disobedience were swift and harsh. This strict code turned the Mongol army into one of the most effective fighting forces in history. By the 1220s, Genghis Khan's empire stretched from the Pacific Ocean to the Caspian Sea, vast dominion never before seen, and yet he did not stop. In 1227, while leading a campaign against the Western Xia dynasty in northwestern China, Genghis Khan died. The exact cause remains one of history's mysteries. Some say he fell from his horse. Others believe he was injured in battle or even poisoned. Whatever the truth, his death marked the end of a life that reshaped the world. Genghis Khan's burial place was kept secret. Legend has it that the soldiers who buried him killed anyone who saw the procession to keep the location hidden. To this day, his grave has never been found. After his death, his empire did not collapse, grew even larger under his descendants. His grandsons extended Mongol rule into Russia, the Middle East, and even Europe. At its height, the Mongol Empire covered more land than any other in history, forever changing the course of civilizations. Genghis Khan remains one of history's most controversial figures. To some, he was a ruthless conqueror responsible for countless deaths. To others, he was a visionary who promoted order, trade, and tolerance in a chaotic world. But no matter how you view him, one fact is undeniable. He was one of the most extraordinary leaders to ever walk the earth. Facts about Genghis Khan. We don't know what he really looked like. Genghis Khan never allowed portraits or statues of himself during his lifetime. Most depictions we see today were created centuries later. His real name wasn't Genghis. He was born Temujin. The title Genghis Khan was given to him in 1206 when he united the Mongol tribes. He created the world's first international postal system. Using horse-mounted messengers, messages could travel across his empire faster than anywhere else at the time. Religious tolerance was his policy. Unlike many rulers, he allowed people to practice any religion they wanted, from Christianity to Islam to Buddhism. He promoted women's rights. Within his empire, women could own property, divorce, and even advise leaders, something rare for the medieval world. He outlawed the kidnapping of women. Having witnessed his own wife's abduction, he made it illegal and punished offenders severely. He valued talent over bloodline. His generals were chosen based on skill and loyalty, not noble birth. He respected education. He spared the lives of scholars and craftsmen in conquered cities, using their skills to strengthen his empire. He has millions of descendants. Genetic studies suggest about 16 million men alive today carry his Y chromosome. His tomb remains a mystery. Despite centuries of searching, no one has ever discovered Genghis Khan's burial site. From a starving boy on the steppes to the most powerful man on earth, Genghis Khan's story is one of survival, ambition, and unstoppable determination. He was feared and admired in equal measure, and his legacy is still felt around the world today. So what do you think of Genghis Khan, hero, villain, or simply a man shaped by the brutal times he lived in? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more incredible stories from history. It'll help us grow and create more content for you.